That's right, Lou. Our new client entered his plea at the hearing today. Not guilty to all charges. I'm gonna go over his records tonight to be sure I'm ready for next week. No, nothing like a real dinner for me tonight. I picked up a sandwich on the way home. Anyway, thanks for your input. We can talk more tomorrow. See you then. Yes?
Sarah, Aunt Martha!
Oh, hello, Aunt Martha. I was just about to call you.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't.
Okay, I wasn't.
See, do I know you or do I know you? Well, right now you're probably slaving away over that stupid computer with a half-eaten tuna fish salad sandwich that was supposed to be your lunch.
Lucky guess.
Work, work, work. And for what?
For food, for clothing, for living in New York City above the poverty line.
And all the time letting life pass you by. What you should be doing with that dopey computer is checking out all those internet dating services for a soulmate. Oh, your cousin Jennifer found herself a husband that way, and what a lovely man he is.
Yes, and before him she found 4 serial killers. Listen, Aunt Martha, I'd love to talk to you, but I have a case coming up in 3 days, and I don't want to go to court with a headache.
Oh, what about the judge?
What judge?
The one you're trying your case in front of?
What about him?
Is he single?
I have no idea.
Is your client single?
My client is a low-life embezzling scumbag.
That's not what I asked you. Think about your future, Sarah. Do you really want to travel along life's lonely road all alone? Well, everybody needs somebody. And most important, who's going to take care of you when you get sick? Exactly. Oh, I worry about you, Sarah. I fear left to your own devices, you'll become an old maid. Why, when I was your age, I was already married. Twice.
Aunt Martha, I need to go unless there's something important.
All right, I'll get right to the point. I am determined that this year you are going to get married. So I started the ball rolling on my own. Tonight there's going to be a gentleman by the name of Noogie stopping by.
Noogie? Aunt Martha, there has never been a Noogie in my life, and most likely it's because anybody with that name is in the penitentiary. Please tell me this Noogie isn't someone you're trying to fix me up with.
Oh, no, of course not, no. Noogie is, Noogie is the delivery man.
The what? Oh, no, there's someone at the door right now. Aunt Martha, am I going to appreciate this?
Young people today appreciate very little. Answer your door. I'll hold on.
I'm coming. Yes?
Sir Hastings.
It depends.
I have something here for you from your Aunt Martha. Can you hold this? Where do you want him?
Oh, my goodness.
Not to worry. He's just got a slight bump on the noggin. I'll just plop him down over here on the sofa for you.
I'm hallucinating. Please tell me I'm hallucinating.
There's nothing to worry about. I'm a total professional. The way I bunk him hardly leaves a bruise. In fact, it's almost beneficial. It clears the mind. The worries, anxieties, resentments, they all go flying out the window. In fact, it's kind of like that meditation crap, only I get you there a lot faster. Now, you want him sitting up or lying down?
I want him in another apartment. Aunt Martha, are you crazy?
Well, yes, a little bit, but aren't we all to some degree?
You sent me a...
Yes. Oh, isn't he cute? Oh, his name is Brandon Cates, and I have been trying for months to get the two of you together. But you resisted, and he resisted, and, well, it was all very frustrating. So I was forced to try a different approach.
Aunt Martha, this time you've crossed over the line. Do you realize what you've done? You could go to jail for kidnapping.
Oh, no, not kidnapping. Matchmaking. Besides, you're a lawyer. You'll see to it that I get a fair trial. People nowadays are very sympathetic when it comes to affairs of the heart.
This is insane.
No, it's innovative. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if one day it turned into a reality TV series.
Hey, you want to sign this?
Absolutely not. I'm not signing anything. Do you hear that, Aunt Martha? I'm not signing anything. He's moaning. He must be coming too. What do I do?
Well, I would suggest some small talk. You know, like what restaurants do you like and what movies you've seen.
Hey, I could put him under a little longer if you like. Maybe you won't go put on some makeup or something?
You think I need makeup?
No, not at all. But you know you women, you like to have an edge.
You know what's scary, Aunt Martha? I have your genes. I can't believe this. How did you get him up here? There are people on the streets. There's a doorman downstairs.
Yeah, that's the beauty of New York. Nobody pays attention to anything. You really got your privacy. Now, you want to sign this?
I said no.
Your aunt said you were a difficult person.
My aunt was being kind.
Listen, if there's any further need for my services, here's my card. Noogie Malloy Enterprises. I'm kind of a jack of all trades. If I can't do it, it can't be done.
Well, Noogie, you're going to be doing 20 years to life if you don't get out of here right now.
Gotcha. It was nice meeting you. I'm guessing that tip's out of the question?
Out.
Right. You know, he's not a half bad looking guy. Your aunt's got pretty good taste.
What happened? Where am I?
You're fine. You're in my apartment. Stay right there. I'll get you some water.
Yeah. Water. I'd like some. This is so weird. All I remember is leaving my office, getting in the elevator, and then everything went black.
Really? Well, it must be that new flu that's going around.
What new flu?
I don't know, but there's always some new flu. Here, drink this.
You know what else is weird? Even though my mind seems extremely rested, much of the rest of my memory seems to have left me. I'm not even sure if I know you.
No, you don't.
And you don't know me.
No, not really. I mean...
And I'm in your apartment.
Yes.
And you just let me in without knowing who I am?
Basically, yes.
Well, that wasn't very smart. What if I was some kind of a maniac or something?
Obviously, though, you're not.
Yeah, so far. Are you sure I didn't say anything when I came to the door?
Oh, no, you were actually quite out of it.
And you just let me in?
Yes.
You're not some kind of a maniac or something, are you?
No. Not yet.
Everything seems so vague. I can't even remember my name.
Well, I believe it's Brandon.
How do you know?
Well, I think I heard you moan something like that.
Really? Moan my own name? Brandon. That sounds sorta right.
Maybe check your wallet. Perhaps going through it might jog your memory.
Hey, I do have my wallet. So, obviously robbery wasn't the motive.
No, it wasn't.
How do you know?
Well, you still have your wallet, and your watch is still on your wrist, and you still have your shoes, which are a very high-risk item in this neighborhood, so obviously robbery wasn't the motive.
Hey, you're right. There's $400 in here. I must not be doing too bad. Hey, you're right again. My name is Brandon. Brandon Cates. I'm not too thrilled about the name Brandon, but maybe I'll get to like it more as soon as things start coming back. Oh, no!
What?
I think I'm a dentist.
Oh, a professional man. How nice.
No, not at all. The thought of looking into mouths all day? What a turnoff. And then when you lean your patient back and you see all that nose hair and other stuff?
I guess it goes with the territory. Can I get you anything? Have you had dinner? I have half a tuna salad sandwich. A bite's missing, but it's okay. I had a checkup 2 weeks ago and I'm perfectly healthy.
Tuna. I'm not even sure if I like tuna. Besides, I think we're having dinner.
We're?
Yes. I did say weird, didn't I? Let me think. I believe I'm supposed to meet someone at the theater tonight, and afterwards we're... Oh no!
What?
Joan! I'm meeting Joan at the theater tonight.
Joan?
My fiance?
You have a fiance? I mean, you have a fiance. How nice.
Yes. I believe I'm engaged. I think I'm actually getting married in a few months. I wonder what she looks like. What time is it?
It's just after 9. You could probably still catch the first act, and if the second act has ended, you could be the first one in the bathroom.
I have a feeling I'm late for everything. That's the trouble with being a dentist. You're always squeezing someone in for an emergency. It's either a root canal or a broken crown. I wonder if I do implants. There's big money in that. You have pretty teeth. You don't go to me, do you?
No, we've never met before, remember?
Right. Well, I better get down to the theater.
Yes, you'd better.
But what theater? I don't even have a clue what's showing. Oh no!
What?
I have the theater tickets. Phantom of the Opera? Sheesh, that's still playing? $120? I must be in love. She probably went home. I better call her.
What's her number? I'll dial it for you.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay. What's her last name? I'll call information.
Last name. Last name? Good question.
Okay. What about a cell phone? Do you have one?
Yes, I do.
Well, surely you must have her programmed in. Maybe if you scroll through it, it might bring everything back.
My briefcase. My cell's in my briefcase. But I can't remember the combination.
No problem. I'll get a screwdriver and we'll pry it open.
No, don't! I can't do that. It was a gift from Joan.
You remember that?
No. But I'm a dentist. What do I need with a briefcase? Can I have some more water?
Oh, sure.
Nice place.
Thanks. I bought it 2 years ago.
Very cozy. Very practical. Just where exactly is it located?
78th and Madison.
The east side? How did I get way the heck over here? I work downtown. Oh no!
What?
I'm not a dentist. I'm an insurance salesman. I needed to go to a dentist because I didn't have trouble with this loose filling. An insurance salesman? That's even worse than a dentist, isn't it?
Well, yes, as a rule.
Hey, maybe that's why I'm here. Are you interested in term or full life with a big cash payment when you check out?
No thanks. I'm perfectly fine with my insurance plan. Can I get you some aspirin for that water?
No, I better not. It's possible I could be allergic to it. On all the insurance forms, they ask you what kind of medications you're allergic to. It's so they know what the odds are of you being saved in case you come down with something potentially fatal. Maybe I could interest you in a hospitalization plan. I think I have something with a low deductible but a high coverage.
Thanks, but I'm fine with the insurance I have. Besides, with the way premiums are starting to skyrocket, it's starting to make sense just to die.
Doesn't it? Alright, let's backtrack.
Okay.
I'm an insurance salesman. I work downtown. I'm going to the theater tonight on the west side. I end up on the east side. In what seems to be a nice building in a very desirable neighborhood, obviously close to transportation. And oh no!
Now what?
I'm not an insurance salesman.
Job stability doesn't seem to be your strong suit. So what do you do now?
I'm in real estate. Because of my bad crown, I needed to go check on my dental insurance. That's why being a dentist was on my mind. Oh, what a relief. I'm so glad not to be in that business. You can't believe the funny claims people make.
Oh, I know. Whiplash has paid for more Hawaiian vacations than anyone cares to admit.
Yeah, I'm in real estate. That's why I was so impressed with your place. There's so much crap on the market that when you actually find something nice, you get pretty impressed.
Well, I hope you enjoy that line of work more than you did dentistry and insurance.
No, not really. You can't imagine the people I have to work with, especially couples who are getting married. One wants a fireplace, one wants a skylight. They agree on nothing. It's so sad to see these relationships in action, knowing they're absolutely doomed. You're not married, right?
How can you tell?
The way your place is decorated. Nothing clashes. No compromises had to be made. There's no lazy boy lounge chair. No 52-inch big screen with Dolby surround sound. All this space is yours. I guess the real problem with marriage is resigning yourself to the fact that you're actually allowing an intruder into your life.
Hopefully you and Joan worked out that problem.
I hope so. Anyways, I really like your place. If you ever decide to sell, keep me in mind. I even lower my commission. Now, I wonder if I have a card. No, I don't. I'll send you one. Oh gosh. This whole time I've been here, I never even thought to ask you your name.
It's Sarah. Sarah Hastings.
That's a pretty name, Sarah. Well, Sarah Hastings. Hastings. Wait a minute. Hastings. I know somebody with that name. I'm sure of it. Let me think.
So, you're getting married. You must be very excited.
Yes, I'll bet I am. Hey, that picture. I think I know her.
Who? That's,
Yeah, wait. Martha. Martha Hastings. That's where I know the name Hastings from. She's one of my clients. Oh, gosh. I'm not in real estate.
No?
No. I'm a financial advisor. Wonderful occupation. Very high-powered. I deal in stocks, bonds, mutual funds. You don't know how the market did today, do you?
I really don't.
Just as well. You'll live longer. Yes, Martha Hastings. This picture brought it all back to me. I'm a financial advisor. I work for Gurney and Gurney. Wonderful company. The second Gurney is dead. I'm being groomed to replace him. Huh, I have a great future. I think I take 2 hours for lunch. Wow. Martha Hastings. It's all starting to come back.
Well, Brandon, you better be on your way.
Yes, I will, but I would like to see that picture again if I may.
It's not a very good picture of her. She's actually much taller.
Yes, Martha Hastings. Persistent little lady. She was always talking to me about this niece of hers and trying to get me to... Wait a minute. You're not.
I'm afraid I am.
So that's why I'm here. But why? I'm engaged. How do you like that? I'm not even married yet, and I'm already cheating. What a rat I turned out to be. Why would your aunt try to fix you up with a lowlife like me?
You're not a lowlife. You're not cheating. We've never met before, and I never heard your name mentioned until...
Right. I moaned it myself. I don't know. Something just doesn't add up. You're actually quite attractive. Your aunt was working on me so hard, I was sure that you weren't. Maybe I shouldn't have brushed her off.
But you're engaged, remember?
Well, I am now. But when your aunt started in on me, I wasn't. When your aunt started in on me, I was actually a confirmed bachelor. But she kept going on and on and on.
How important it was not to travel life's long road of life alone.
Yeah.
And how everybody needs somebody.
That too.
And worst of all, who's going to take care of you when you get sick?
That was the killer. She wore me down so much that when Joan came along, I was practically a sitting duck.
So,
anyways.
You're saying that my aunt is responsible for you being engaged? Oh, she'll be thrilled to hear this.
Well, trust me, I had to overcome some major issues. But, like the Chinese say, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
I know. You just have to make sure you're not at the edge of the Grand Canyon before you make it.
I think I'll be all right with Joan. She's a terrific girl. Not at all demanding, extremely understanding. In fact, things are going just fine between me and Joan. Except, Joan is actually Heather. Huh.
So, there is no Joan?
There is, but Joan is our real estate agent. Oh, that's why real estate was on my mind. Wow, all these things keep popping back into my head. It's like discovering the world all over again. Wow. Anyways, my fiance's name is Heather. Heather Banger.
I bet she'll be happy to change her last name.
You'd think. No, wait. It's Bangor, Maine. That's where she's from. Oh, her name is Boyd. Heather Boyd. I met her. I can't remember. My dentist fixed us up. She was one of his patients. Huh. She works for an insurance company. Oh, it all ties together so nice.
And Joan, your real estate agent, is helping you two look for an apartment.
Yeah. She has got the patience of a saint. 'Cause you know what I like?
Heather doesn't like.
Exactly. And what Heather likes.
You're not crazy about.
But Joan assures us this is not uncommon. Gosh, you know what? I've been talking so much, I think I've worked up an appetite. You don't mind if I have the other half of that tuna sandwich, do you?
Oh, sure.
You're definitely not going to eat it.
Positive.
Thanks. I really like your place. I wonder if Heather would like it. It's so hard to tell. I can't remember her phone number. I would call her. I wonder if I had a stroke.
You're a bit young for that.
Really? How old do you think I am?
I'd say mid-30s?
Mid-30s. That's nice. I'm ready to get married. I bet I'm a lot more settled down now than I was when I was in my 20s. Any guy in your life?
No.
That's too bad.
It's my choice.
I bet it is. Pretty girl like you. But I must warn you, marriage is one of those things that the farther you run away from it, the more fearful it becomes.
Obviously, you're speaking about yourself.
I don't know. It's just something that popped into my head. I'm starting to get a better fix on Heather. She's a bit younger than me. Almost 7 years. Very mature for her age. She likes foreign movies, and she wears a lot of brown. 330-730-7241. 330-730-7241. That's her number.
I'll dial it for you.
No, wait. I'm wrong. I think that's my social security number. I'm starting to remember something else. What kind of sandwich did you say this was?
Tuna salad.
Oh no!
What?
I'm deathly allergic to tuna!
What?
Quick! Hurry! Dial 911, hurry! Quick! Please!
I am!
My throat's closing. There's something else.
Yes?
A sandwich.
Yes?
Not enough mayo.
Tuna fish. Poor guy, he doesn't know what he's missing. Boy, there's nothing better than tuna fish salad on rye with a slice of tomato. Some people have no luck.
Aunt Martha, not that it matters, but why would you want to fix me up with someone who's already engaged?
Because I like him. I thought he would like you. As a wedding gift, I'd be willing to buy out the other woman. And besides, he's not getting married for several months, so we have a nice window of opportunity.
Aunt Martha, you obviously still don't realize the seriousness of this situation. Listen to me. You can go to jail. We can both go to jail. We're involved in a crime.
Oh, grow up. We are involved in the pursuit of love. Besides, if the police lock up all of us well-meaning people, where will they put all the real criminals, the robbers, the killers? Almost every politician.
Aunt Martha, are you on drugs? Get this through that warped mind of yours. Knocking men over the head and dragging them off is not an acceptable legal mating process.
Well, it worked for the cavemen. I guarantee you they had a much lower divorce rate than we do today.
Aunt Martha, stop thinking, because the noise in your head is starting to get to me. A man almost died in my apartment last night. The paramedics said if I hadn't given him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, they weren't sure if he even would have lived.
You mean your lips have already met? Oh, and it's only the first date. Oh, how encouraging. Oh, anyway, I know things are going to work out between you and Brandon, but If not, I've got my eye on a new chiropractor I've been going to. Oh, he does wonders with his hands. In some ways, you may like him better than Brandon.
Aunt Martha, do you have the yellow pages handy?
Yes, they're not too far away.
Good. Then look up the word psychiatrist, and the first name you come to, go see him.
Where am I?
You're still here.
Oh, right. Which is where?
My apartment. I'm Sarah Hastings. We met last night, sort of.
Oh, last night. I'm starting to remember. I left my office, got in the elevator, and then woke up here.
So far, so good.
We talked for a bit, which seemed pleasant. And then I ate part of your tuna fish sandwich.
Yes.
This may sound strange, but did somebody pump something into my body?
The paramedics, they, pumped air into your lungs. Part of the procedure.
I faintly remember mouth to mouth, too.
Yes, you got that too.
From the paramedics?
Probably. One of them.
Male or female?
They were both male.
Why am I thinking he was a good kisser? Oh, that's sick, isn't it? I need to be going. By any chance you wouldn't happen to have a cup of coffee around, would you?
No, the paramedic said that your first meal should be something simple, like oatmeal and herbal tea.
I could probably get that on the way.
No, I have it for you. I had it sent up from the deli around the corner. The oatmeal is just a matter of heating it up in the microwave, and the tea is a matter of boiling water, which I think I've almost mastered.
You can't cook?
I probably can. I just choose not to. Never really interests me anyways, and besides, with all the wonderful restaurants in the city, it's slowly becoming a lost art anyway.
Since our engagement, Heather's made up her mind to conquer the kitchen. In fact, tonight she's preparing dinner for her parents and myself. She's actually making something out of a cookbook. That sort of effort tells you a lot about a woman.
Yeah, she can read. By the way, your cell rang in your briefcase most of the night. You'd better call her. I'll get your oatmeal.
Right. Heather's quite committed to marriage. I guess I am too. It's really the normal progression of the human experience, as my therapist explains to me. It's also a definite sign of maturity. I remember the day I asked her to marry me. I felt so old.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Just as well.
The tea and oatmeal are on their way. Maybe you better have some water first so you don't get dehydrated.
I got my briefcase open. Easy combination. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I'm not a very complicated person. Delicious water. I better call Heather.
That might be wise.
Your aunt says you're a lawyer.
I am.
What kind of law?
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Some litigation, some family, some criminal. Maybe soon a kidnapping case.
She's most likely at home. She was planning on taking the day off for the dinner tonight. I kind of dread this evening. Her parents are so hard to make conversation with.
Well,
They mostly just stare at me.
you said they're from Maine. They probably just don't get to see a lot of people. That's your oatmeal. Be right back.
Yes?
Heather, it's me, Brandon.
Oh, Brandon, sweetheart, thank goodness. Are you all right?
Yes. Yes, I'm fine.
I called your cell. I called the police. I checked with the hospitals. I even called the morgue. What happened to you?
Well, it's so bizarre. I'm not sure you're going to believe it.
Of course I will, sweetheart.
Good. Well, last night, when I left my office, I got in the elevator, and then the next thing I remember is waking up several hours later in some strange woman's apartment. Well, the woman wasn't strange. She was actually quite friendly. I mean, nurturing, caring. How about concerned? Yes, that's the word. She was concerned.
Was she? And where are you now?
I'm still at her place. I would have called you, but see, I ate part of her tuna fish sandwich, and then I passed out. And I didn't wake up until this morning. She's making me oatmeal right now. What a terrific place she has. I think you should see it. I might give you a few ideas.
Really? Well, I think I already have them, Brandon.
Heather? Heather.
How old is she?
Who?
This friendly, nurturing, caring, concerned woman whose terrific apartment you woke up in.
Oh, now, come on. When I said it, it did not sound that suggestive. You don't think for 1 second that I...
Just answer the question.
Well, she's probably 70, maybe 80.
Really?
I hope the oatmeal tastes okay. I was only able to warm it up for a couple of minutes. The plastic container it came in started to melt.
Was that her?
Yes.
You say she's 80?
Every day of it.
I don't think so.
Heather? Heather. These darn cell phones, it's so hard to get a signal.
She hung up, didn't she?
No, we were cut off.
She hung up. What did you tell her that she didn't believe?
That you were 70?
Oh, big mistake. A woman always knows when a man is lying. That's why when I have a client with an improbable story, I try to get more men on the jury. We women have certain intuitive gifts that a man just doesn't possess. I think it was given to us to level the playing field.
Well, I didn't want to give her any irrational ideas about me staying the night over here.
Well, she certainly has them now. Do you want me to call her? I mediate sticky situations all the time.
No. I'm afraid you getting involved would just make matters worse.
Why do you say that?
Well, you know how women are. You'll talk. She'll talk. You'll both get friendly. And then you'll make a lunch date. And then she'll see how pretty you are and boom! I'll be in the doghouse. Besides, a dozen long stem roses and it'll all work itself out.
That's the formula?
No. That's the antidote. I hope I haven't made her seem too difficult. She really isn't. I think guys have a way sometimes of getting themselves in hot water without any reason for it. Great oatmeal, by the way. You can hardly taste the plastic.
Thanks.
I'm still curious as to how I got here. Your aunt never told me where you live.
She didn't? Well, maybe she did and you just don't remember. Besides, in your weakened condition, you should really let your mind rest. A good bonk on the head can sometimes take months to clear up.
What makes you think I was bonked on the head?
Well, I'm still only guessing. It's most likely that you walked into something or something fell on you. These old buildings have air conditioning units that tumble out of windows all the time.
You could be right about me being bonked on the head. There's a lump. Do you think I should report this incident to the police?
No!
No?
I mean, well, let's face it. What could you tell them?
Actually, not much.
And what do you expect them to do with that information?
You're right. It would just be a bunch of red tape for nothing. I'll just forget it.
I hope so. I hope so you never have this trouble again. I don't see why you should.
Well, I guess I better be going. Thanks for everything. Taking me in, calling the paramedics.
You didn't eat all of your oatmeal. Did I not warm it up properly?
No, you did. It was the best warmed up anything I ever had. I wouldn't lose the formula. It works. I just need to be going. You know, your aunt was right about you. You're a very special girl.
That's how she described me? Special? Oh, what a lame word.
It is, isn't it? Maybe that's why I wasn't interested. You'd be smart to give her some photos to show around. That'd make a big difference. Listen. Are you sure it was male paramedics who gave me mouth-to-mouth?
Positive.
Strange.
Yes. Isn't it? Look, Lou, I'm not even halfway through our client's case, and it seems he's an even bigger liar than we originally thought. You've got to talk to him about changing his plea. No, guilty isn't enough. Real guilty is more like it. Oh, there's someone at the door. Yes, I'll talk to you later.
Hi.
Oh, no.
You want him in the same place?
I'm hallucinating. Tell me I'm hallucinating.
I would have been here sooner, but there weren't any cabs around. So I had to take the subway.
With him. You took the subway with him.
Yeah, that's why I'm late. It was murder getting him through them turnstiles.
Yes.
How'd you know it was me?
By the phone ring. It's very troubled. Yes, well, he's here, Noogie's here, and you're just very lucky you're not here. You don't listen to me, do you, Aunt Martha?
Well, truthfully, dear, no, I try not to.
I can't talk to you right now.
When should I call back?
How about after your third year in Sing Sing?
I think she's softening.
Hey, you want to sign this?
I'm counting to 10, Noogie.
I did give you my card, didn't I?
1.
Let me leave you a few more of them. You know, I've been passing these things out everywhere. I expect to get very busy once word gets around about the quality of my work.
2.
Jeez, you're very unreasonable. No wonder you're not married.
7.
I'm going. Hey, look, he's smiling. I think he's happy to be back.
What happened? Where am I?
I hate to be the one to have to tell you.
Sarah? I'm back at your place again?
I'm afraid so. I'll get you some water.
It happened the same way this time. I left my office, got in the elevator, and then woke up here. This is more than just a coincidence. Sarah, we need to figure this out. And this lump on my head seems bigger.
Drink this.
I don't feel as disoriented as this time. What time is it?
It's just after 9.
Oh no!
What?
I'm supposed to meet Joan and her parents for dinner at 8.
That's Heather. And her parents? Joan is your real estate agent?
Oh, right. Well, maybe my clarity isn't that good. But you know what? This morning when I woke up and went into work, I never felt so serene. My mind wasn't as cluttered, and I didn't feel as anxious about things.
So you're saying that, all in all, this hasn't been a bad experience. Good. That'll be part of our defense.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking aloud about a more than likely upcoming case. You'd better call Heather.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Her parents must be steamed. They're not too happy with me to begin with. For some reason, when I'm with them, I always fall asleep.
Hello?
Heather, I'm so sorry about dinner.
Where are you? I've called and called. We've been waiting for you for an hour and a half.
I'm back at Sarah's.
Who?
That 70-year-old woman whose place I was at last night. Did you get the flowers that I sent you? I was planning on picking you up a little gold bracelet. Heather? Heather. I'm doing something wrong.
The gold bracelet. It had guilt written all over it.
I better get over there and straighten things out. These blackouts are really starting to concern me. I wonder if it's psychological. I hope subconsciously I'm not trying to avoid something.
Like your upcoming marriage?
I don't know. I absolutely want to marry Heather. She's a terrific girl. I don't think I could ever do better than her. I must admit, the decision took a lot more than having your aunt hammer on me, though. But I thought I licked that.
With therapy?
No. With visualization. I would lie awake at night and visualize what married life would really be like.
How sweet.
No, not really. I would visualize it at its worst.
Why?
Because it would be a total fairy tale if I visualized it at its very best. I thought that if I could deal with it at its very worst, I would have nothing to fear.
Interesting concept.
I thought so. Anyhow, I start the process out by visualizing myself in the stronghold of a man's privacy.
The bathroom.
Exactly. I've just awakened, and as I walk in, I come face to face with strange undergarments hanging all around me. Bras, nylons, panties. Get the picture?
Every morning.
From there, I go over to the shower and I turn it on.
And
It's cold. Ice cold. She got there first and used all the hot water.
well, be fair, by the time she shaves her legs and shampoos her hair.
I got the picture. From there, I go to the kitchen. The walk is not pleasant.
The reason being,
I have to pass through the living room, which is now filled with pictures of all her relatives. Her mother, her father, her aunt, her uncle, her nephew, friends of her nephews. Most of them since the wedding I've grown to hate. Next, breakfast. I go to the refrigerator and I open it to find it is half filled with lime jello.
obviously there's a weight problem.
Obviously. The reason being what's in the other half of the fridge. Baby formula.
You had a baby?
It seems that way. I start back to the bedroom, now noticing that my wonderful, hip New York apartment that I once inhabited all by myself and loved with all my heart is now filled with a high chair, a crib, a bouncy chair, a baby swing, a baby buggy, a playpen, a humidifier, and several hundred beanie babies that are covered from head to toe with everything that a baby can spit up on them.
Ugh, moving on.
Right. I get out of there as fast as I can, and I go off to work. My jacket smelling like vomit because, unbeknownst to me, Brandon Jr. decided to throw up on it when I leaned over to give him a kiss. The smell stays in the jacket forever.
I think I sat next to you on the subway once.
Right. Well, I come home from work and go into the bedroom to find in the middle of the room a pile of my old clothes that my wife has decided to throw out because I haven't worn them in a few weeks because she needs more space in the closet.
The reason being...
The new baby. Apparently, if you can make one, you can make two. So now, we're going to need...
A bigger place?
Exactly. So we move out to the suburbs, 1,000,000 miles away from my favorite restaurant, my terrific gym, the girl at Starbucks who pours my coffee in the morning, the excitement, the pace, the energy of the city that I love.
Be reasonable. Changes had to be made.
Along the way, she forces me to get rid of my great little sports car that I used to drive out to the Hamptons on the summer weekends before I got married. Now I'm forced to drive this stupid, clunky minivan that soon fills up with the same baby crap that's in my hip, wonderful New York apartment. Now, everything that I touch seems to be covered in crusted slobber and sticky kitty goo. The upholstery is covered from top to bottom in crusted slobber and sticky kitty goo.
Brandon, you're beginning to get a little too grim.
Right. As the kids grow bigger, my space grows smaller. There's bicycles and wagons and skateboards and scooters and bunk beds and drum sets and carpools and soccer practice and Little League. And every day it takes a little bit longer for me to get back and forth to work. Because every day there's more cars on the highway. Because every day there's more guys like me getting married. And I'm always rushed. And I'm always late. And now we have 6 kids. And life becomes hectic and jammed and crammed. And I soon realized that I haven't seen my wife naked in 15 years. Because 3 of our 6 kids are still sleeping in our bedroom. Besides, she doesn't have any time for sex because she's too busy 24/7 trying to figure out how to get more of her stuff in my closet space.
Stop it! Enough! No more! That is the most disparaging thing I've ever heard in my entire life! Even after that narrative, a polygamist wouldn't want to get married.
I know. That was the worst case scenario, though, you see? The odds are in my favor. It would never be that dreadful. Once I realized that, it helped me get over the hump.
I can see why my aunt likes you. You make less sense than she does. You didn't let Heather in on this, did you?
No, should I?
Only if you want to scare the hell out of her for forever. Trust me, Brandon. You lay this visualization babble on her and she'll be gone from your life in 2 seconds flat. For goodness sakes, you're trying to talk yourself into marriage, not the death penalty. You should think happiness, joy, romance, love.
Is that what you would think?
No. I wouldn't think anything. I'm not on the marriage market.
Because?
Because at this point in my life, I don't want a man.
Because?
Because at this point in my life, I don't need a man.
Because?
Say because one more time, Brandon, and I'll punch your lights out.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I was just curious as to what you're running away from to make sure I've covered that base.
Running away? If there's one thing that you should know about me, I'm not the type to run away. Let me let you in on a little something I learned practicing law. Marriage is not the key to happiness. In fact, most of the time, divorce does the job a lot better.
I've really upset you. I'm sorry.
Good.
I honestly didn't mean to.
Well, you did.
I should be going.
Take care.
I feel bad leaving you on such a sour note.
I'll get over it.
Hey, that's not another tuna fish sandwich, is it?
No. It's peanut butter and jelly. I made it myself. For some stupid reason, I decided to expand my cooking horizons.
Maybe I could have the other...
Brandon, Heather has a big meal waiting for you.
I know, but I'm kind of hungry now. Maybe to hold me over, I could have half of that.
Okay, here. Chew fast and leave.
Thanks. I'm really sorry I got you so upset.
You keep saying that.
Delicious sandwich.
Thank you. Making it was a major achievement in my life.
You don't have any milk, do you? I remember how wonderful peanut butter and jelly was with milk.
I don't have any milk.
That's too bad. You should drink milk. Calcium. Makes your bones strong. Especially when a person ages. Gets older.
You know, Brandon, you're really starting to ruin this day for me.
I'm sorry. I'll just finish this and go.
Good.
I'm gonna stop bothering you.
Okay.
Which is another thing that's bothering me. Why keep bothering you? Ending up here like I do, it doesn't make any sense.
Brandon, I have a case I need to get back to.
Right. I'll just finish this and go.
Good.
Maybe you should come to the wedding.
Whose?
Mine and Heather's.
No thanks.
Why not?
Because at this particular time, I do not want to buy you a gift.
You see? That's what I like about you. You hide nothing. You get everything out in the open. You should have been a guy. I wouldn't be surprised if you were my best friend.
I refuse to talk to you anymore.
I've really upset you.
You keep saying that.
I'll just finish this and go.
Ta-ta.
You are really upset. Frankly, I think it's because you're just as apprehensive about marriage as I was.
Look, if anybody has hang-ups about matrimony, it's obviously you. You're supposed to be at your fiancé's, and look at the way you're stalling here. It's become very clear to me that even though you think you've come to terms with the concept of marriage, you're obviously scared spitless.
I have really upset you.
Say that one more time, Brandon, and you'll leave here with a shoe imprint that makes sitting very uncomfortable for a couple of days. You want to know why I haven't got married? It's because I choose not to. And it's because I find men to be very large, very nagging pains. From the time I can remember, I've always had to fight with them about something. As a kid, it was over teasing. In high school, it was over virginity. In law school, it was over grades. And in the courtroom, it's over cases and clients and settlements. At the end of the day, I'm just so very glad to be away from them. Marriage, relationships, even dinner with them are the furthest thing from my mind.
What about sex?
Not while I'm eating. Goodbye, Brandon.
You're right. I should go.
Ta-ta.
Thank you for everything.
What? What?
My throat is closing up.
No. Please, God.
breathe.
No. Oh.
Ow, 911. It's a peanut butter.
For the love of Mike, Brandon, can't you eat anything?
A lot of people become allergic to peanuts. Well, it's very common. Well, you can eat them for years and years, and then suddenly, overnight, they turn on you.
I thought he was a goner this time. His throat closed up completely. The paramedic said that peanut butter can actually be more fatal than tuna fish.
Did you give him mouth-to-mouth again?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you see, Sarah, something good comes from everything. You know, I bet if you had exhibited these feelings before, not so many of your male clients would have gone to jail.
Most of my male clients are guilty. They hire me to get them a lesser sentence, which unfortunately I do. My concern for Brandon is not because he's a man, but because he's a human being who, through no fault of his own, was clobbered over the head and almost choked to death. Twice! This has got to stop, Aunt Martha. He's confused enough, and quite frankly, so am I.
You? Confused? Well, that's the most encouraging news I've heard yet. Listen, why don't I take the two of you out to dinner, and right after the entree, I'll explain what I've done, and well, I'll have a big laugh, and maybe some tiramisu for dessert, and we'll talk about buying out Heather.
Aunt Martha, I need to go. Brandon is moaning, I'm migrating, and you're responsible for both.
Wow. My chest is killing me. Did I get pumped again?
You did.
And mouth to mouth, I got that too.
You
Didn't
did.
I'm worried. I'm really starting to like that. Peanut butter. Go figure. My stomach feels like it's been scoured out with steel wool.
Well, I'm sure it's nothing that a little oatmeal can't fix up. Yesterday when I stopped off for the peanut butter and jelly, I also got some instant oatmeal. It's amazing stuff. You just add water and you zap it in the microwave for 1 minute, which I believe by certain standards is considered cooking. I also got bread for the sandwiches and lettuce. The lettuce was to more or less balance out my cart. I thought it needed something green.
The checkout person must have been pretty impressed.
He was. I'll get that oatmeal. By the way, you're celerying in your jacket pocket most of the night. You'd better call Heather.
Right. I'll get right on that. Listen, about last night, I'm sorry about unloading my marriage concerns on you. I was being a total jerk.
That's okay. I wasn't exactly a specimen of delight myself.
I guess we were just two upset people. I was upset about all my marriage hang-ups, and you were upset because I was upsetting you. Anyways, I think all I needed was a good night rest because I'm absolutely not anxious about my marriage anymore.
No?
No, you were right. I need to think happiness. I need to think love, joy, romance. I plan to do it the moment I leave here. I wouldn't be surprised at all if that does the trick.
I'll get that oatmeal. Call Heather.
Besides, it's gone too far. She already has her silver pattern picked out and her crystal, her linens. Just because I'm apprehensive about the marriage doesn't mean it won't work out. That me and Heather won't live happily ever after. Right?
What?
Never mind. Noogie Malloy Enterprises. Son of a gun. My cell phone's dead. Do you mind if I use your phone?
Please, go right ahead.
Hello?
Heather, don't hang up. I'm sorry about last night. I can explain. You know how I'm allergic to tuna fish? Well, I'm also allergic to peanut butter.
Do you realize that I spent the whole day yesterday preparing some stupid French dish for you that I can't even pronounce?
Well, I'll have it tonight.
Don't bother. It's in the garbage. Besides, tonight we're going to my friend Wendy's studio. Remember? She's showing her new paintings and it's important we be there. Brandon, you really disappoint me sometimes. I had to spend the entire evening talking to my parents. All by myself. Just where are you anyway?
I'm at my apartment. So that's where I'm at.
Really? Then why didn't you answer the phone when I called?
Well,
You're at that Sarah's apartment, aren't you?
yes. It seems that I had to have more pumping again. And also some mouth-to-mouth, which was terrific. I mean, it was terrific because it saved my life. But I think there was too much pumping because this morning I woke up sore. I think I'm saying this all wrong, especially this business about pumping. Can I start over? Why am I so dumb? Noogie Malloy Enterprises.
This instant oatmeal is wonderful stuff. It'll actually be hot for you this time.
Who is Noogie Malloy? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Let me help you get this.
No, that's okay. I've got it. Did you call Heather?
Yes, she hung up. You're right. I need to stop lying. But I did it so she wouldn't think anything funny was going on between us. I think in certain situations, you need to lie.
I couldn't agree more.
I'll just get some more roses.
Yeah, maybe try 24 this time.
Good advice. I hope things work themselves out by tonight. We're supposed to go to some art exhibit. The artist is her friend. You smell very nice.
That's the oatmeal. It has maple in it. Anyway, you better get to Heather as soon as possible with those roses. Quite frankly, if my fiancé woke up in a strange woman's apartment 2 nights in a row, I'd be a little upset too.
I will. Who is Noogie Malloy? Are you okay?
No! Yes, I'm fine. You know, maybe you'd be better off getting something on your way to the office. My body is obviously rebelling against anything kitchen-related.
I will. But now I'm curious. Who is Noogie Malloy? You have a bunch of his cards on your desk, and I found one in my pocket.
You did? Well, yes, I remember you saying something like that. Isn't that a coincidence? You have Noogie's card, and I have a bunch of Noogie's cards.
Yeah, who is he?
Noogie Malloy? Well, he's a cousin.
A cousin?
Yes, a cousin. A distant cousin. A very distant cousin who started a business.
Well, how did his card get in my pocket?
How did his card get in your pocket?
Are you okay? You keep repeating everything.
Yes, I do keep repeating everything, don't I? What was his card doing in your pocket? Well, I'm sure it's easy to explain. Where did you say your office was again?
Downtown?
Well, that explains it.
Explains what?
How you got his card. That's his area. That's where he passes them out. People in New York are always passing out things. I once got a flyer walking down Fifth Avenue from a company that was selling $600 men's suits for $49.50. What a bargain. Can you imagine if I were a guy and I bought 3 suits, I could save $1,500. Such an amazing deal. I was sick about it for weeks.
I don't remember anybody passing out any card to me.
No? Well, Noogie must have given it to you in your blackout period when you were walking around in a fog or something.
I guess it's possible.
It's the only explanation that makes sense, I hope. I think.
What does he do?
Who?
Your cousin. It doesn't say on his card what he does.
Well, things.
Like?
Like, things. He's sort of a jack of all trade, but between you and I wouldn't use him.
No?
No, he'll just give you one big headache after another. You should just tear up his card. In fact, that's what I'm going to do right now. Tear up his cards. Look, here I go, tearing them all up. He's really the black sheep of the family. I never invite him over to dinner or anything. Let me tear up yours? Why carry it around if you're not going to use him? Excuse me. Yes?
Is he still there?
What? Oh, hello, Aunt Martha! What? Cousin Noogie, I was just talking about him.
What about Cousin Noogie? He's not a cousin.
Oh, no!
What happened?
Oh, it's terrible. Cousin Noogie, he was walking down the street
And?
And an air conditioning unit fell out of a window and killed him!
No!
See, I told you things like that happen.
Oh, the poor man. And to think I just put him on retainer.
It's terrible, really. You would have liked him. He did awful work, but he was a hoot at parties. Anyway, so long, Aunt Martha. See you at the funeral.
I'm terribly sorry.
About what?
Your cousin Noogie.
Oh, yes, well, I'm very fortunate. I have a lot of other cousins. Well, that solves that issue, and you better be going to work, and I have a case I need to get going on.
Okay, well, thank you for everything.
My pleasure.
Was it really?
Well, yeah, every now and again it really was.
Well, thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Brayden, and good luck.
Listen, there's something else I need to do.
What?
This. Goodness. I knew it wasn't paramedics.
Oh God, Aunt Martha, he kissed me.
He what?
And I think I liked it.
Is this Sarah Hastings?
Yes?
This is Heather Boyd, Brandon Cates' fiance.
It is? Oh, well, how nice of you to call. How did you get my number?
Caller ID.
Oh, yes, well, how nice of you to call. I think I already said that.
I think we need to talk.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Can you hold on just a second? My other line is ringing.
Sarah, what is wrong with you? I just spoke to Noogie. He's healthy as a horse.
Aunt Martha, I think we're in trouble. Brandon's fiance is on the other line and she wants to talk.
Oh, well, don't worry, dear. I'm sure I'll come up with something.
Right. Right. Did I just say right? Aunt Martha? Aunt Martha, what do I say? Hello, Heather?
Yes?
You were saying you think we need to talk?
Better yet, we need to meet, face to face.
Oh, sure. Well, you could come up here for lunch. I have lettuce in the fridge that I have no clue what to do with.
Let me have that again. You invited Heather to your apartment?
We are ruining this poor girl's life, and it isn't fair. Anyway, I made up my mind that when she gets here, I'm gonna tell her everything.
Really? How much of everything?
The works. That I have an aunt who's a total wacko.
You know, Sarah, I really resent the word wacko. Can't you use something more dignified, like odd or eccentric? Anyway, all I know is this is the most involved you've been with any man, and I am very encouraged.
And I'm very stressed. I have a case coming up that I have no clue how I'm going to get through it. Anyway, all I want from you right now is the promise that these shenanigans are going to stop and that you will never, ever bother Brandon again.
Oh, Sarah, I just think it's wonderful that you're so concerned about him.
I am not.
You are so.
I am not.
You are so.
Who cares?
You do. Oh, anyway, I can't make any promises because the wheels of progress are already in motion.
What does that mean?
Because Brandon should be arriving about now.
No, please, not again.
Sarah, please. I have gone to a lot of trouble to get the two of you together. Please just try and help the effort.
Oh no, that's either Nookie with Brandon or Heather with a gun.
Well, just rise to the occasion, darling. I know you can do it.
Brandon, you're conscious. I'm so glad.
Are you?
Of course I am. Look how I'm smiling.
I brought a little gift for you.
Roses?
Not exactly.
Noogie!
Cousin Noogie, remember? Apparently, the air conditioner that fell on his head didn't kill him. I was on my way to the office when I got in the elevator and saw your pal here. And then he got in right behind me. And I thought that was a little suspicious. But then it all started to come clear. I had seen him twice before. Both times when I'd get in the elevator and then everything would go black. Just in the few seconds I was putting it all together, I had seen, out of the corner of my eye, him raise his hand with a little black object in it. So I turned around and decked him.
You did! I'm so impressed!
I wasn't trying to impress you. I was trying to protect my head. And you know what else was so upsetting? Every time I got in that elevator, it was full of people. And no one did anything to help me. What's wrong with this city? Where's their sense of responsibility? Where's their concern for their fellow citizen? Where's their grasp of civic duty?
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? I think one of us should write a letter to the New York Times.
Anyways, I went through his pockets and found these cards. Noogie Malloy Enterprises. And I knew right where to bring him.
Look, Brandon, I want you to know that I had nothing to do with this. I just found out a few seconds ago that my aunt was planning to get you bonked again. So help me, if I'd have known sooner, I would have called to warn you.
Your aunt? She's behind this?
She had this crazy scheme to marry us off.
But I'm engaged.
She felt it could still work out.
Your aunt. I knew she was a loon.
Look, Brandon, you have the right to press charges, to haul us both off to jail, but I'm asking you not to. My aunt is a well-meaning, sweet little old maniac, and I promise to get her under control one way or another. Oh, Brandon, I'm so sorry, and your poor head, I'm just so upset by all this. I feel like I could cry.
No, wait, don't cry. I'm not any good with women that cry.
You're not?
No, not at all.
I've never felt so awful.
Well, I can deal with anything but a woman crying.
This is so unlike me. I never get emotional. I never cry.
Oh, maybe it's good to do every now and then. I think I read somewhere where crying has some beneficial function.
Yeah, it smudges your makeup.
But you don't wear any makeup.
You notice that?
Yeah. I noticed a lot about you. You're a very special girl.
There's that word again.
How about attractive?
That's better.
How about warm?
That's good.
Soft? Very soft? Extremely soft.
Brandon,
What?
this conversation is making me nervous.
Why?
Because we're not talking. This isn't right. This isn't what we should be doing. There are too many other important things to worry about.
Like what?
Like Noogie, who's not really my cousin, and my aunt, who unfortunately really is my aunt, and your fiance Heather, who's about to go postal.
Why?
Well, I believe you're about to find out.
She's here?
Hello.
Hi, Heather?
Yes. Sarah.
Yes, please come in.
That's the briefcase I bought Brandon.
You have fabulous taste.
And there's Brandon.
Where? He is. I mean, I am. It's me.
You're still here?
Well, yes. But I can explain everything. Right, Sarah?
We can only hope. By the way, Heather, love that color on you.
And that's it. A screwball aunt who wants to fix up her unmarried niece.
That's it. Nothing more. At no point was there ever anything between Brandon and myself that you need to be at all worried about. Right, Brandon?
Yeah. I mean, no. Nothing to worry about.
Well, I can see that now, but you understand my concern. Brandon was a confirmed bachelor when we met, and even though we are getting married, every now and then I get the feeling he's having a case of buyer's remorse.
Oh, no, you aren't. Are you, Brandon?
Yeah. I mean, no. No remorse at all.
Good, because I have my heart set on being your wife, Brandon, and I don't want anything to get in the way of that. Anyway, it's quite clear to me that this Aunt Martha needs to be dealt with.
I couldn't agree more.
It's very possible that long after Brandon and I have married, she could still be bonking him on the head and dragging him off to you.
I know, but I'm sure with heavy-duty medication and therapy, we could get her under control.
I wish we could believe that.
Why can't we?
I'm not sure Aunt Martha's sane enough to trust. I have a psycho uncle who lives in fear of being abducted by aliens from another planet. Every night he sleeps under tinfoil so their surveillance cameras won't detect him. They say if he just took his prescribed medicine, he could live a normal life. But he won't, because he doesn't want to take the chance of waking up one morning on Mars. I don't think Aunt Martha's going to back off until
Yes?
you are safely married, which is why I think the only solution is that you get married, and I believe Brandon and I can help you along with that. Now, Brandon, what about Tim Larson? He's not that good looking, but I still think they'd make a nice couple.
He's a full foot shorter than she is.
He slouches. After they're married, she could take him to the orthopedist. In fact, that could be our wedding gift for them. A gift certificate for 6 visits.
Not Tim Larson.
Okay. Then what about Bert Ridgely?
He's the most boring man I know.
Well, yes, we think so, but that doesn't mean they won't hit it off. There are a number of boring couples we know who adore each other. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sarah. I hope that didn't sound like I was insinuating that you were boring.
I think it did.
Oh, I apologize. I truly didn't mean it that way.
Bert Ridgely is not the man for Sarah either.
No? Then what about Jonathan Clay?
The taxidermist? He always reeks like formaldehyde. Besides, he's not her type either.
Really, Brandon? Don't you think we should let Sarah decide that for herself?
Why waste her time? Look, I've spent 2 nights with her. I think I should have a clue about what kind of guy she needs. That didn't come out right.
No, it did not. Look, I don't mean to sound unsympathetic, but whose best interest are you looking out for? Hers or mine?
She's right, Brandon. You sound much too concerned about me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, just be aware of it next time. I'm sure the last couple of days have been very upsetting for Heather.
They certainly have. And the sooner Sarah has someone, the sooner you'll stop getting bonked on the head. I do not want to marry a vegetable. Anyway, the only other solution is to simply get a court order and have Aunt Martha confined to an institution of some sort.
Oh, wow. That was a good one. And I've been taken out by the best. It was you, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's okay, Sarah. She picked you out a very healthy one. Have we met?
I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Then let me give it to you. Noogie Malloy. Here's my... They're gone.
I took him.
Good. Give her one. I got hundreds more at home. Well, looks like you kids got a lot to discuss, and I got a very busy day ahead of me, so I'll just be going.
No, you won't. You'll stay right here till we get a few things worked out.
It's past 1, and I haven't had my lunch yet.
How does prison food sound?
Yeah? Talk to my lawyer.
I'm not taking the case. Look, Noogie, this head bunking business has got to stop.
Hey, it's not my idea. It's your aunt's the one sending the messages. Besides, if she didn't hire me, she would have just gotten somebody else to do it. And believe it or not, I'm in a very competitive business. Now, about that lunch. You got anything in the kitchen?
Knock yourself out. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
Yeah, thanks. Boy, that was a good one. I'm very impressed.
Okay, so Tim, Bert, and Jonathan are out. What about a dating service? We could take a photo of Sarah and have it airbrushed. She's bound to get someone.
Look, I don't need to be airbrushed or fixed up. Trust me, if I make up my mind to land a man, I'll land him. The reason I'm not married is because I choose not to be. Maybe it's time I let my aunt know the reasons why. Excuse me. You may not want to hear this.
Of course I do.
Good.
Martha here.
Aunt Martha, it's Sarah.
Sarah, darling, how are you? I've got my fingers crossed.
Aunt Martha, it's obvious that I haven't made the reasons why I don't want a man in my life clear. Let me try now with a little visualization.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Picture this. One morning I wake up and my whole life is different because now there's a man in it. He's not in my bed because it's Sunday morning and he's off playing golf with the boys. I go to the bathroom and what do I find?
Oh, I give up.
The toilet seat is up, the water is gone, and his smelly, dirty old clothes that have been there for the last 5 days are still there. And worse than that, he's used my toothbrush.
Gross.
Next, I go to the kitchen. But first I have to pass through the once beautiful living room that has now been taken over by a bright green lazy boy lounge chair, a wall-to-wall entertainment center that make the room just so incredibly ugly I have to close my eyes just to pass through it.
You have both those things.
My lazy boy lounge chair is orange.
Next, I open the fridge, only to be confronted by another nightmare. It's filled with cans of Budweiser because when his unruly friends come over on Monday night for footballs, Saturday afternoon for basketball, and all night Thursday on poker, they need their beer.
I thought about the Monday night football, and I'm stopping that.
And along the way, I find out I'm pregnant, and with it comes morning sickness and puking my guts up. And with my luck, it's twins, Herman and Milton, named after his favorite two uncles. And now, for the next 2 years, my days are filled with trying to get that putrid mashed baby food down their throats, which they somehow manage to keep spinning back up on me.
Yuck.
And everywhere I walk, there are bags filled with disposable diapers that reek of baby urine and baby poop, because while Mr. Wright found time to make those babies, he can't seem to find the time to throw what they make into the garbage. The smell can literally lift a house off its foundation.
She's quite graphic, isn't she?
And along the way, I find out, as time goes on, I find out another kid is on the way. And here comes another 3 more months of puking my guts out.
We were planning to have a big family, weren't we?
Yeah, well, you said you wanted one.
And as time goes on, and my days are filled with runny noises and soiled laundry, and as the kids get bigger and bigger, my space gets smaller and smaller, because my days are now filled with constant trips to the pediatrician, to the orthodontist, to the math tutors, and never-ending yelling at those brats to stop fighting with each other and do their past due homework.
Honey, do I need to come over there with some Valium?
And as the years goes on, the wrinkles on my face continue to multiply, and my waist continues to expand because with raising all of those kids, I've had no time for the gym. And where's the jerk I married now?
Where?
He's off with a new toupee and some 20-year-old tramp that's going to help him find his lost youth, while I slowly become more and more suicidal, because at the ripe old age of 45, I suddenly realize that my life has gone down the toilet. Well, that's that, Aunt Martha. That's not me. That's not the way I'm going out, because no man, dead or alive, is worth giving up my beautiful, uncomplicated single life for. So please try to remember that the next time you get any more bright ideas. Take care, and let's do lunch one day. How was that?
Oh my. Oh my. It was, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Heather! What'd you do that for? You scared the hell out of her.
I know. It's obvious she's very sensitive. Besides, you have to admit she had that coming. Trying to fix me up with Jonathan the taxidermist was way over the line. You're not mad, are you?
Right now I don't know what I am. I better go after her before she throws herself in front of a bus.
He's angry. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that? It was very small of me. I should just let them get married, right? Even though they're completely wrong for each other. I'm so confused. Did I do that to get even, or because I really like the guy? You tell me.
Don't know. Can't help you. I missed the entire conversation. Anyway, I made myself a couple of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I haven't had one of these since I was a kid, and they're delicious. I'm on my second one. You know, you really should have milk with one of it.
What? What?
Do that. Damn. Clog it up. Can't breathe.
Why am I not surprised? Operator, I need a paramedic. Just pick out a nice soft place on the floor, Noogie. Just don't count on me for mouth to mouth. Look, Lou, I'm just not going to be ready to go to case. If I'm to do a halfway decent job, I'm going to need an extension. Yes, I know you hate the client, and so do I, but it's our job to give him the best defense possible, and right now I'm just not in any position or mood to do that. Well, other things came up, like peanut butter and tuna fish. Yes, I know it's not a good combination, and that's the problem. Just get the extension, Lou. Thanks. I am not myself. There is no question about it. I am not myself. Which may be an improvement. Brandon.
Look, this afternoon when I left, I was a bit irritated.
That's okay. I shouldn't have done what I did, and if you'd like, I'll call Heather and apologize. I can see why you like her. She's actually quite pretty. I'm sure she'll even move into other colors besides brown.
Maybe.
You know, I wouldn't be at all surprised out if your marriage worked out. Most marriages don't, you know. Those are the statistics. As a friend, I thought I should pass that information along because, you know, as they say, knowledge is power. Not that I think marriage should be about power as much as it should be about other things, which I have no idea what those things are because of my busy work schedule. But as soon as I get caught up on whatever it is I need to get caught up on, I'll get right on that. And then maybe the two of us can figure out why I'm so stupidly babbling on like this.
How about because you like me?
Yes, of course. I mean, no!
Heather broke off our engagement.
She did? Well, what did I tell you? That visualization babble could frighten the hell out of anyone. I hope you didn't rent your tuxedo yet.
No. She wasn't any more ready to marry me than I was ready to marry her. We were just two people settling, and it had gone too far. It's better to be disappointed today than regretful tomorrow.
I had a fortune cookie once with that same message.
Anyways, there's something else I need to address. I did the visualization bit again on my way over here. My bathroom filled with bras, panties, and nylons. Life in suburbia with 6 kids and vomit on everything. And so on and so on.
And
when it was your bras and your panties and our 6 kids, it was wonderful. All I could think was happiness. All I could feel was love, joy, and romance.
you did? I don't know if this is appropriate, Brandon. You're barely unengaged. Shouldn't there be a bereavement period or something?
There was. Heather broke off our engagement over 2 hours ago.
Oh. Well, that's different. So, what you're saying is that...
I want to bring my big screen TV and my lazy boy lounge chair over here.
No, you can't.
Why not?
Because I like my life. I like my freedom. I like my space. I like my bathroom. How soon can we get that ugly chair up here? Hold that thought. Oh no.
Hey kid, it's from your aunt. She says she's really sorry things didn't work out between you and Brandon, so she's sending you this chiropractor.
I see. Just take him back. Now, where were we?
Maybe this will remind you.